Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 219 Southwest 11th Street here in Dundee. On the right side of the home, about halfway up the side. That's as you face the home from the street. We're about 2-3 feet before the decking here. We've got a 3-inch ABS cleanout. We're going to check the overall condition, serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Waters are running. We are zeroed out, and off we go. Alright, we're coming up on some standing water here. This is likely at a transition joint over to probably PVC pipe would be my guess. We shall see here in just a moment. Yep, I can see the green color there. It looks like we just swapped over to 3034. There it is, 4-inch diameter. So we'll revisit that spot on the way back out when the line is fully drained. We certainly have standing water there. Oops. Talking to myself with the mic turned off there, sorry. I just located the camera out on Southwest 11th Street. Line runs pretty darn straight overall. As it makes its way up the right side of the home, it does kind of veer in front of the bay window at the front of the home. That locate I just took there lined up very nicely with about the middle of that big bay window to the right of the front door. In case you're curious where the line's at. And the main in this circumstance sits only a few feet into the street. Over near your driveway you can see a manhole there. That's in line with the main. The pipe's just about done draining off here. We're going to pull back and take a look at that belly. If you're unfamiliar with bellies, standing water in the line, I kind of describe bellies, it's kind of like hitting the pool at the bottom of the water slide. You come to a stop fairly quickly when you hit all that water. And the same principle can apply to solids moving through the sewer line. When debris runs into that standing water, it can slow down or stop up. Alright, so the belly here runs to about 37 feet. And it persists into the PVC just a, well, let's see here, we might have a debris dam in front of us. And right about here at about 42 feet approximately is where the belly finally dissipates off there. And the line there, at least for the first portion of it, does appear to be submerged. You've got, 2 to 3 inches of standing water through that area there. Alright, so this is located in the front yard area, and I have put a green X marking down here. Depth-wise, I'm getting around 6'3", 6'4" deep there. Pull back to the start of it here. I've got to guesstimate slightly where the belly starts. I can't locate on a nosedive like this. I have to get the camera head flattened out, so I'll try to adjust for that. Just know it might be off slightly. That's basically about the 5 feet of pipe from the base of the drop there, or I guess 5 feet beyond the base of the drop. Alright, this is what I'm going to recommend. I'm not going to put any depths down in this circumstance. I'm getting some kind of odd depths here. As I get closer in to the start of the belly, I'm getting about 7'4". That may be because a combination of the depth of the line and the fact that my camera is completely submerged might be kind of throwing the locator off, but I'm getting a deeper depth at the start of the belly than I am at the end of it. And it's not it's a flat yard. It doesn't have any hills to it or anything like that, which can sometimes create that illusion. But anyway, it's down there a ways. It's what I'm going to recommend you relocate. The locate's coming in quite nicely. It's the depths I'm a little just not sure of there. But I would imagine you are in that realm, given the way the line gradates out. And that is one I do recommend a repair on there. Where I start to recommend repairs, or at least consider it, is once there's a 5-foot section of pipe, at least an inch of standing water. That one there, you've got, at least the first bit of it, the line's fully submerged with 3 inches of water. So, it's at that point where over my 13 years and 25,000 scopes, it's about an inch of water where I typically see regular old toilet paper start hanging up, not just improper items. So you have just that higher potential for regular proper debris to cause a problem. If the line does get corrected there, I do recommend re-scoping the line to check the work, and you want to do that when the trench is closed, not when it's open. The good thing is you have a whole lot of depth there to work with. That nosedive configuration like that is not ideal. It often results in a belly, usually not quite that significant. A lot of times they're not worth messing with. The plus side is you've got a lot of vertical fall there in depth to earn some grade back to correct that. So if repairs are not done, I recommend re-scoping the line. I think it would be at least a fair compromise to clean the line. It's not an outrageously dirty line, but there is some grease buildup throughout the pipe. That way, if you go to do a re-scope in a year to get a baseline for how the pipe is handling your living habits, every home lives different from one another. Some have 2 people, some have 5 people, some have little kids. So there's some, you can get some variance in how debris builds up based upon the amount of volume going down the line and how consistently. So if it's not repaired, I would recommend cleaning the line to get the thing back down to base, clean, and then re-scope it about a year. And that's to get an idea as to how the line is looking based on your living habits. If there's anything you need to change up to help mitigate blocking, and or if it looks like you may need to do some maintenance cleaning from time to time to keep buildup down. The big thing, if the belly is not repaired, is treating the line nicely. It's almost, folks, to kind of treat it like a septic system. Toilet paper only. Ideally, you want to fold it. You can see how that balled up toilet paper there when we first got into that belly was just hanging out. You want to avoid stuff like that that will block up a line where there's no standing water. And one of the bigger ones too is keeping things or stuff like grease and cooking oil out of the line, which builds up. It'll build up anywhere in a line, but it especially does so in standing water. And it can get constricted down there. So there's some stuff you can do to help mitigate blocking from occurring. But anyway, after repair, make sure you do a rescope on it to ensure that the line has not bellied back out again. And you want to do that when there's a load on top of the line. You want to bury it to make sure that there's weight on top of it. This one, for instance, probably would have looked fine when the trench was open. It's not until you put weight on it that you get to see that stuff. So, otherwise, the rest of the sewer line here is in good condition, has good flow. Overall, the line is functioning. It is draining slower than it should due to the belly in the sewer line. It's that slower drain that can lead to buildup and blockages.